Sup everyone, this is Draco Evolve back yet again with some latest Manchester United transfer news and speculation. As you guys can see, I have got a bit of a new layout, so kind of experimenting between layouts. I know I've changed my layouts over the past 4 or 5 months a few times, but you know, experimenting is always good. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, what you guys think of it, and you should be able to see all my social media nice and clear on the screen. So do go and hit the follow button on my social medias, and I'll be starting my live stream in terms of gaming very soon, so watch out for that. Follow for me on Twitter for the latest update. But today's topic is around few things around latest Manchester United transfer news and speculation, and we're going to be talking about Chris Smalling, we're going to be talking about Bruno Fernandes to Manchester United, we're going to be talking about Declan Rice, and we're going to be talking about a couple of other signings, Koulibaly in the mix, Mario Mandzukic in the mix. What's been happening the last few days on the papers. Again, these are speculation unless they have come out and said it themselves, which I will quote. But first and foremost, we have Chris Smalling. So we all know Smalling, or if you haven't heard, Smalling has been doing good in Italy. In fact, his stats compared to Harry Maguire is better. But then again, you have to understand that Italian league, with all due respect, is not as strong competitively, you know. Defenders are only expected to defend in the Italian league, unlike in the Premier League where they're doing half the time running around. And I've always said that, you know, I thought Chris Smalling, although he wasn't a United material, but he was a good defender. He's certainly better than the defender we have in terms of Lindelof and Phil Jones. So I thought that maybe he could have been one of the players that should have stayed. It would have been a good choice for us to stay, but he went. But according to reports, two clubs are competing with Roma for £20 million Manchester United defender. AC Milan and Inter Milan have made attempts to hijack Roma's permanent move for Manchester United defender Chris Smalling, according to reports in Italy. Now, we are aware that yes, Chris Smalling is in Roma on a loan deal, but it does have a clause where obviously if he does well, Roma have the right to buy. It was reported on Wednesday that Smalling's agent had travelled to Roma to negotiate with the Serie A giants. The Englishman, who also scored his first goal for the club on Wednesday night, helping his club on the way to a 4-0 win over Udinese, further endearing himself to the fans after stellar performances in recent weeks. So, excuse me. Gianluca Petracci, Roma's director of football, have openly discussed the possibility of signing the Englishman on a permanent basis, with the price tag Manchester United have placed on the player, which was claimed to be around 15 to 20 million euros, thought to be an obstacle to overcome. According to the reports, Roma and United have reached a gentleman's agreement for the centre-back, with the fee still negotiable. Oops, there's a big motorbike outside. But obviously, Chris Smalling coming and going to Roma and doing well, and I'm glad for him, I'm happy for him. I just hope that we get the right fee out of him, but also getting the right fee does not mean it's going to the Glazers' pocket. I want it spent and invested in the United squad, particularly in defence, and I feel in defence we need one more player, because you look at Rojo's inconsistent. He's probably going to go Phil Jones, you know, as it is. You look at Lindelof and Maguire being the first two centre-backs and Bailly being injured. We do need another defender. Maybe Tuanzebe can step up. You never know. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And to the next one, the big one, it is some latest news around Bruno Fernandes. Obviously, if everyone is aware that Manchester United have been linked with Bruno Fernandes throughout the whole of the summer, I have done loads of videos about Bruno Fernandes, and a lot of you have come back positively, not just from my video but from the videos I watched everywhere, that they want Bruno Fernandes. Everyone who watches football know that Bruno Fernandes will instantly have an impact in our squad, and that was before the season started, right? Now that the season has started and we're like quite solid, 20 games in all competitions roughly, you can see that someone like Bruno Fernandes would have made that difference in our team. But according to reports, Bruno Fernandes, let me just Manchester United apparently insists that they were never in the mix for Bruno Fernandes. The links were continuous. Just about every day there was a fresh report suggesting a deal that will take the Portugal international to Old Trafford was in the offing. That Ole Gunnar Solskjaer himself personally wanted him. Ultimately, Manchester United grew tired of the speculation. They believe Portuguese press was deliberately steering to so that Sporting Lisbon, Fernandes' club, would pocket as a high fee as possible. But if the Red Devils thought they didn't have a reason to sign the 25-year-old, that isn't the case now. Here's the interesting part. They most certainly do. Creativity is a problem for United side, agreed. At the moment they're misfiring in front of the goal, but the lack of top quality attacking midfielder is harming the chances of finishing teams off. Jesse Lingard looks lost. So let me read this bit. Oh, okay. So it's a big article. Obviously talks about Mata's lack of pace, Jesse Lingard's poor form, Paul Pogba being injury prone. We just can't finish the team off. So it gives us a reason to sign Bruno Fernandes in the in January window. So what they're saying, let me just, how long does this article go by? Okay, it's just the last bit. So let me just read the last bit for you, which is the meaty bit. So according to rumours linking them to Cristiano and Paulo Dybala have popped up since the summer. Fernandes is outperforming the duo this season, taking his game to the next level at Sporting. For Sporting, he has 7 goals and 5 assists in 10 matches across all competition, and after that's amassing 32 goals and 18 assists. So the reports are going back to state that Bruno Fernandes has been offered a contract extension, but he has refused it, meaning that there could be a point where Sporting Lisbon have to cash in on him, and that is probably why United can make a jump for Bruno Fernandes in the January transfer window, especially given that Mata, it has no pace, he's past it. Lingard has nothing apart from his Instagram followers. Paul Pogba, 1, he wants to go. 2, he's been injured half the season. Fred and McTominay is not good enough. You look at James Garner and Angel Gomez, they're too young for first team football, and that's where our problem was. Let me just turn down the heater for a bit. That's where the problem was so far in this season. Defensively we're not too bad, but it's just offensively, the lack of creativity. We are so slow. Have you guys seen the matches? We are so slow building up, and that has impacted us a lot. Bruno Fernandes stats, as I discussed before, 15 games in all competitions, he scored 8 goals, 6 assists. I'll leave that just there. But last but not least, Manchester United apparently are in for 3 players: Mario Mandzukic, which doesn't go away, Declan Rice and Koulibaly, according to reports. This is because the difficult start that we endured in the campaign so far under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So he has gone and wanted 3 players to come in. So obviously, let's look at Mario Mandzukic. I don't want him. It's as simple as that. Let's leave it as that. Let's leave it at that. He's too old. If you're going to progress and build for the future, Mario Mandzukic is not the player. Haaland is, Erling Haaland. Why not? 20-year-old, absolutely bossing it. He's young, explosive. He is everything we probably need at this current moment, especially considering the fact that Martial's deep in form and the injuries, same with Rashford's. So why not? Why not get someone like... In terms of Declan Rice and Koulibaly, look, I don't mind having him. He'll be an absolute beast, but I reckon he's going to cost a lot of money, probably in the region of 100 million euros or 90 million pounds or 80 million pounds. I think that sort of money is better invested somewhere else, especially a midfielder. And I think we can get defenders for way cheap, younger defenders for way cheap. Yes, Koulibaly is world class. He will instantly have an impact, but with Maguire being there, defensively it hasn't been an issue at United this season. So it wouldn't make sense for me for United to go and buy and spend that big on another defender. Lastly but not least, Declan Rice. So apparently he's been linked to United, and United want him. Yes, we are short in the midfield, but I don't think we need him. He's more of a defensive midfielder. I think McTominay and Fred, they can be moulded into that, especially in McTominay's case. Declan Rice is not exactly creative player, is he? I mean, if you look at his stats, that's all season. Let me just go to this season. 11 appearances, 3 wins and 4 losses under him. Obviously 0 goals. In terms of assists, he had no assist. Tackle is 33 tackles, and he has a 58% tackle rate. So more than half of his 33 tackles he has won in a West Ham team, in a not a very good West Ham team. So he's more of a defensive player. The shield, probably priority lies elsewhere. I reckon McTominay can be that player if we mould him enough to it, and I think he has the body, the physicality, and certainly bringing up the experience. He has aggression, he has a bit of a bite to him. But anyways, guys, that's it for all the latest Manchester United transfer news and speculation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know, guys, what do you think about the banners and everything that you see on the screen. Let me also know, do you think we will actually sign Bruno Fernandes this January, or probably we can make a pursuit on him next January, well, next summer, isn't it? Until then, stay fantastic, stay fire free. I'll catch you guys in the next upload.